We're on here. We're all good to go. Yes, everything's okay. I sent credits over to her and she doesn't see them. She doesn't see them and I sent them to her. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm about to check really fast. Sorry, guys. Okay, that's all I can say. Yeah, she had to reset her password and all the things because it wasn't accepting it. So she's been having a couple technical errors, but okay, guys, like I said, there's another training going on, but we specifically wanted to do this training for you guys, and it is recording. So if you have newbies that come on that need to hear this, that you think needs to get that extra boost, need that, you know, that then send this to them. This will be for training purposes on my YouTube and uploaded. But when I asked you guys, what it is that we were having trouble with, like these Tuesdays, I like to set at 8 p.m. for newbies, but also to get a refresher and to see where you guys are at in your mindset, guys, because in your mindset, that is where the shift happens. And that is where you have to take control and master your mind. You have to work and develop and evolve by putting work into your mind, by personal development, right? By audibles, by podcasts, by diving into the team page and using those resources, guys. Enrolling promoters, like when someone asked me, like Christina Brill kind of went over this, but when I get that question, I'm like, it's not a one and done. Like, it's not really a straight answer. Like, I can't say like, this is the blueprint, here's the layout, this is how you enroll promoters, there you go, good luck. Like, no, like there is a lot that goes into it. It is showing up consistently. It is believing in yourself. It is believing in this opportunity. It is doing your IPAs, your personal development. We guys are the hunted, right? We do not want to hunt, be the hunters and go find people and get promoters, right? If that's your mindset, I want you to get that word, get, out of your vocabulary, because the definition of get is trying to obtain something with struggle. We do not want to struggle when we're showing up in our business. We want it to come naturally. We want to show up ourselves. We want to share behind the scenes. We want to share what our day is. Take people through your journey of life. It's literally documenting your life on your social media, right? What do you want people to see about you? That word get, I'm like, no, sis, we don't get promoters. Like, we don't go find people. People find us. When we attract people to us, it's when we start to do things that people want to see, right? What are you guys attracting, right? We want to share, we want to attract, we want to share, we want to grow. And how do you guys feel when you're showing up for your business, right? Does it feel like a hobby? Does it feel like something like you don't know the answers to and you're just kind of winging it most of the time? Or do you have a schedule? Do you have a routine? Do you know what you're going to show up for and talk about in your business that day? Because you guys have to know your products and business needs to be shared about every day. I always say, do a self audit on yourself. Pretend you're a stranger. Go look at your Facebook. Go look at your social media. Can you discover 2 things about you that you have an opportunity and that you love these products in the last 4 or 5 days? Can you see that on your social media? Do they know your kids' names? Do they know what your mission is? Do they know what you stand for and what you believe in? Does your audience know what you love? Do they know that you're working for your why? Do they know your why? Do they know why you're doing this and what your goal is in this business? Because that's all I talked about, guys, in my beginning stages, is where I was going and what I saw happening for my life with this company, you all. If you're treating it as a hobby, it's going to pay you as one, right? When you treat it as a business, when you show up yourself, but also have that entrepreneurial backbone, entrepreneurial businesswoman, and you problem solve. And if somebody has a problem in their 3-step experience and they're like, oh, my shake didn't taste so good, are you just going to freeze up? Or are you going to say, okay, let's try half a pack next time or less liquid? You have to problem solve and not get so shrinked up, because you know what you have your hands on. You know these products work. You know that this is the holy grail or 3 steps. And if somebody can't do the shakes, work around their lifestyle. How much water are you drinking? Get to problem solving in your conversations, guys. Make time for your business. Make time for your audience, and say, this is what I'm doing today. Take them through, go hands-free and connect with them, right? You want to show your face, and that's how I do it. I like to connect by showing my face. If it's not on a live video, it's on my stories, and I'm talking to them 4 or 5 slides of what I'm doing in my day, what's on my to-do list, what I have done for that day. Guys, it's 1 p.m. and I feel incredible. I've got the sheets on the bed, clean sheets, laundry done, the vacuuming's done, and I feel amazing because of this patch right here, right? Saying those things gets people, you start to get in people's heads. That's the goal, is staying in people's heads. When they get on their social media, they're gonna be like, okay, what's Allison up to today? Is she still thriving? Is she still consistent? People are nosy. People want to see what you're talking about, and they want to see what you love. They want to see your family. They want to see what you're working towards.
And that
voice messaging is everything in my business, guys. Voice messaging is very important. And I know we all have things going on and you might not be able to, but it will change your business. And when I say that, I don't say it lightly. Voice message, voice message, voice message. And 3-way chats are very, very important. If you have a potential customer say, hey, what is Thrive? And you're like, oh my God, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to overthink. I don't know the answer to this. What am I going to say? Take the pressure off of yourself and say, hey, I'm still brand new. Can I put you in a 3-way chat with my upline so that she can make sure your answers are, you have the right information. You have everything that you need. Let me see what I can do. Absolutely, Allison. That what you just said needs to be on your content. That needs to be on your social media, because when people say, oh, super mom, you feel on top of the world, and they're over here like dragging by 2 p.m., they want to know what those capsules do, right? They want to know how you're feeling, not just the ingredients, not just the PDF. If you tell somebody 5-HTP, they're going to be like, the average person is going to look at you like you have 3 heads. You have to get deep with your product testimony and say, okay, I haven't had coffee. I feel incredible. I'm not wanting to bite my kid's head off. Like, get familiar with how you feel on Thrive. And the more that you share about it, the natural it comes. Guys, the more you share, the more confident you're going to become in what you're saying. The confidence, there's a confidence bucket, guys. We talk about this, and a lot of that is filled with trial and error. A lot of that is filled with failure. A lot of that is filled with trying something new and it not working, right? Or feeling like you're stuck, right? Those moments creates perseverance and growth. That is where your breakthrough is around the corner, and you're going to keep going in your business. You have to know when you're at that, like, that head point's coming to a head and you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. I'm ready to walk away. Your breakthrough is literally 5 steps away from you. You have to keep going. And I'm so awesome, Tracy. So glad you're here. Yes, that's incredible. Your first order on Thursday. Just a couple days away. So that's incredible. So excited. I love these 3 steps almost 2 years in. I still talk about when I first got started, how Nana noticed the way I felt in the kitchen standing there at the bar at the island. She was like, what did you take? Like, are you good? Like, she noticed it. And I still talk about that. Your product story will be the same. And you're going to talk about it in different ways. You're going to get more creative the more you stay consistent. Asking for help is key, guys. We cannot read your mind. Ask your upline for help. If you think your question will be silly, or if you think you should know the answer to something, really take a second and think about the question you have or what you're wanting to know about, and then ask. You guys have to ask, because that's where we help you. Your energy in your business is everything. That's why in the mornings, it's very important that you set the tone for your day. If you're not doing gratitude, if you're not doing personal development, if you're not having some mindset accountability in your day, what are we doing? Like, you have to have that accountability and that responsibility in your business. Like, if you're trying to show up for a business and a health and wellness business and you're not taking care of yourself, how do you expect to show up? How do you expect to have people in your inbox curious if you're not taking care of you first? I love that, Erica. That's why we show up for things like that. Like she said, she had just had an hour conversation with one of her friends that she met in her last company, and she hasn't been this happy in years. That's the impact that we have on people's lives. There is someone right now on your social media that is searching for at-home jobs, that wants to work from home, and they keep scrolling past your post. That was the biggest gut punch I heard in this on these trainings, and it's true. People want time freedom. People want to be happy in their line of work. People want to see your story. And that's why they get on social media, right? They get on social media to be social. They want to see what you're up to. Show them. Do your audit, guys. Go back to your last 24 hours in your story. Go back to your last 3 posts and see what your content is. Are you proud of it? Would you join yourself? And if the answer is no, you have to be that businesswoman that steps up and says, okay, I'm ready to do things a little different, right? I'm ready to switch this up and start working this as a business. 2 things about you: opportunity and products. Those things have to be on your social. And guys, there is no right or wrong way to run your business. So please don't think when you say something to someone that it's the wrong thing, because that doesn't exist here. That's why we don't have scripts, because people, when they see your post and then you send them a script someone else wrote, they're going to be like, well, that's not the vibe I got from her post yesterday. That's not how she sounded. So now she's a little different behind the scenes in her inbox. Maybe she's not authentic. Maybe she does have a motive. That's why we don't have scripts. There's a reason for it, guys. You have to be that light for people and know that your business is going to be different than other people's. Your conversations are going to be different from other people's. People are reaching out to you because they trust you. They want to know more information. Your growth and consistency is what they want to see. So, do you guys know your 5 list? Do you know what branding 5 things you have to share on your social media? If you don't, write a piece of paper out, or get out a piece of paper and write down your 5s. For me, I'll give you an example so you have an idea. I'm a single boy mom. I'm a former addict. I'm a child of God. I'm a mental health advocate, and I love makeup. I love contouring. Those are my 5 things. Those are 5 things that I enjoy, that I like to share about. What are your 5 things? Are you a dog mom? Are you a boy mom? Are you a girl and boy mom? What are some things you believe in outside of politics and religion? But even though I'm a child of God, right, I don't really speak on religion things like different ethnicities. I'm talking about my relationship with God when I speak on my faith, right? I know that can be a very polarized topic, but when you say, if you're a child of God and you're faith driven and you are growing your faith, you can share what verse of the day you enjoyed. You can share how you're connecting with God in your day, right? What app are you using, or what scripture did you see that stood out to you? Go hands free about that. That is sharing parts of you. And your 5s for the products. I'll give you an example of mine. The 5 things I love about the products are they're simple, they're versatile, meaning any lifestyle, blue collar businessman or stay-at-home mom can use our products. Anybody, any lifestyle, versatile. They are all natural. We have a skincare line, not just nutritional products. And I felt them day one. Those are my 5s about the products. And it's how I felt on the products. It's what I love about them. It's what stands out to me. So what stands out to you? I love that they're done in the morning. 1, 2, 3, that's it. People are busy. People want simple. People want to know, this is a formula in the morning, done 20 minutes and you're done. Like, let's do that. Like, all the vitamins and minerals your body needs to function at its highest capacity. It's great. I'm so passionate about that. Your fives of the business. We have weekly pay. We have VIPs in your first 2 weeks. We do not call message. We have auto bonus at the second freaking rank, not at the top, the second rank. And trips. We have 3 paid for vacations a year. That's amazing. And sometimes I add more. Sometimes I add less. But you want to have 3 to 5 at least, so you can start to realize what it is you're passionate about, what it is that you want to pull from when you make content. Sundays, we sit down, we plan out our week. If you haven't done that already, I encourage you to do that. It's Tuesday, so you still have a little bit less left in the week. Guys, I have like 3 planners because I'm trying to find one I like, but you want to have a planner that has like has lines in it to where you can write out what you're saying. I know everybody's different, but mine has lines for each day. And I write down what I'm talking about. And towards like Friday and Saturday, I like to keep it open because we roll out promotions. So I like to kind of wait to see what's going on. But once you set your week out more and more, you're going to start to have a mental idea and a mental note of what you're going to talk about, and you're not going to feel stuck. You're not going to draw a blank when you're ready to post something. I was talking to my friend about this. Gladys, one of my strongest leaders, she took a suggestion that I do, right? I put on a badass podcast in the background, and I'll sit down and I'll batch out 6 to 7 posts because I'm hearing positive, motivational, uplifting, raw information from people who are 20 steps ahead of me in this industry, and I'm ready to batch out some posts because my fire's lit. Some people can't do that. Some people don't have time to do that, but she took that suggestion and it worked for her. You guys have to find what works, and that's a great way to start batching your posts out. We have 3 different types of posts, guys. We have specialty posts, we have lifestyle posts, and we have informative posts. Okay, those are very, very important. Tracy, batching out your posts is having 6 to 7 posts already written out in your note section in your phone. So on days you draw a blank, or on days you don't know what to post, or when you're ready to post something, you can copy and paste your words, your energy, your information to your social media, right? That's just to keep it easy on you. Zinger posts are also good to batch out when it's just a sentence. It's one hook. Like an example for a Zinger post is, I like my people, like I like my products, non-toxic, right? That's a Zinger post. Or because, let's see, what are a couple others? I put addiction is hard, recovery is hard, choose your heart. That's kind of a Zinger. Just real short and to the point, but with good, bold words in that, if that makes sense. And if Pinterest is your jam and you like to get on there and get inspiration from there, get on there. See what's up, see what's trending, see what posts are standing out to you, and share that caption on a cute selfie. Guys, Pinterest is still okay to use. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I use Pinterest on my stories sometimes. I'll post a really good quote or a really nice aesthetic picture that stood out to me. Use that for content. Maybe somebody's going to tap through that slide and say, "Ooh, I needed to hear that. Thank you for saying that." That to me means more than overthinking it. Means more than having the fear, right? You want to overcome that, guys. It took me 15 months to go 12K, guys. 22 to go 40K, right? You have to know your journey is the beautiful part of your business, because that is what's going to make or break you, is your journey, right? It is what you're going through. It is what you're doing when no one else is looking, right? It's that integrity. It's holding on to that. It's not thinking that you don't have something to share, right? Because you do, you're just in your head about it. If you are saying, well, nobody's in my inbox, I don't have anything to offer, my sales are down, I'm not maintaining. If you're saying these things, that's what's going to come back to you from the universe. When your sales are down, you know what you say? You say, okay, what can I do different? How can I make it to the top of this company? What can I do more of, right? You want to flip the script and say, I am going 200K. Like that is the goal. And then even after that, you continue to run, you continue to inspire, you continue to grow. Now, I know that might be a little too bold for some of you guys here in the beginning, but that's where I'm at. And you're going to get there, and you're going to be so proud of this, the times you felt like you were defeated and you kept going. That's where you're going to grow. That's where you're going to truly be that leader for people, guys. It's seriously. So problem solving your business, guys. If you have, someone who lost their package, or you haven't heard from somebody and they ordered a couple days ago, go look at their order history. Go track their package from your cloud office and say, hey, I wanted to check in with you, and send them a screenshot. Your package will be delivered on this day. I can't wait for you to get your products. I'm so excited. Invite your customers to the customer page, right? Where the community is, where they can see all of us thrivers, get the best out of our products, get value from it. So that's another thing, taking care of your customers. So I know this was more about promoters, but if you aren't taking care of your mind, and if you're not taking care of your business as your baby, guys, we have to water our business. We have to nurture our business. We have to baby it. It's our love. Like that's what is supporting us. That's what we're here for, right? So time block, do 5 minutes of adding to your network, 5 minutes of interacting. If you don't know where to add from your network, go onto the team page and look for it, or ask. Guys, when I add to my network, I mainly do it on Facebook. I'm getting the hang of Instagram. Get back with me on that another time. I'm afraid of that app. It's some fear I'm walking through. But Facebook, I go to groups, guys. I go to people you may know. I go to boutique groups, boy mom groups, moms who are in recovery, because that's me and my fives, right? So I'll go on a post that's trending. There might be over 100 comments, and I'll look at the post, read it, and interact with some of them and add them to my network, right? That is how you will expand your network, right? And removing the people you don't want on your news feed. Guys, if people are talking about baby daddy drama on your news feed, people are talking about she said this and she said that, and I'm about to go fight her, pull up, like that. No, you do not want that on your Facebook. I had to get rid of it. I had to take the trash out, because this is your storefront. This is your business. You have to treat it as such. They're taking up space because you won't be able to interact with them if they're not positive, if they're not in it to, if they're not sharing positive things on their social. You don't want them to be on there because you can't interact, right? Because they're not in your fives. They're not aligned with you. They're not going where you're going, right? You want to take people with you. You want to share what you have your hands on. So I hope that made sense, you guys. I had so much that I wanted to talk about mindset wise, and I know we go into that, but you have to be that one that calls yourself out on your bull crap, because no one else will. You won't have a little fairy come through the door and say, you didn't work your business today, right? You didn't have conversations. You didn't interact with people. You have to be that for yourself. And the more you do that, the self-love journey will grow, and you'll begin to be confident and love yourself where you're at, no matter what your tracker says, no matter what your weekly pay was. None of those things will matter when you are so confident and rooted in your purpose and where you're going, right? Those things matter. Your purpose, your story, your vision. Guys, I held on to my vision so tight when I started. I didn't have a single person support me in my family. I didn't have none of that. I didn't care, because I trusted this industry. I trusted the leadership. I asked for help. I wanted to learn all about being a paid problem solver. I wanted to learn all about storytelling, all about being confident. And I've finally, I've grown a lot. Let's just say that. But you slowly see what this can do for you the more you show up and the more that you do this. I hope that makes sense. The correct me and direct me if needed. It helps so much. That's good, because that's what a leader does. They call you out on your crap. They don't co-sign, they don't baby, they don't coddle, they don't take you across the finish line. You guys, when you sign promoters and they aren't running or they're not showing up, you leave them where you're at. You have to go. You have lives to change. You have people to impact. You have a business to run. You cannot worry about the people who aren't working and the people who are ready to, who don't want this. You have to know why you're here and what impact you're leaving when you put your head down at night. That's what you have to remember. I want to go into that. Sorry, Des. Yeah. Specialty, lifestyle, and informative. Yes. I sent some of you guys the notes, but I will kind of give you a brief summary of those. That starts with branding. That starts with your content and where you can pull from. And informative is details about you, and like changes in products in the process of your journey. So like if you're in a season, or if you had a hard day, or if you're struggling, or if you had a great day and you learned something that day, that would be an informative post. Lifestyle is your vibes, what your why, what do the products do, your personal experience, and like I said, quotes from Pinterest or Zinger posts, right? When you need to share something, write something about what you feel, right? So posting how you feel, an inspirational quote, something that you saw. A specialty post is what sets Thrive apart. What sets you apart from the next person? How are you different? And why is the business and product special to you? Be passionate, right? And you want to think what they can get. So when you're making content like these posts and stuff, what can people get from you? What can you offer them, right? What problem are you solving for them, right? And it's hard because like, of course we can't, have superpowers and can't read people's minds, but know your audience and be mindful of what they're sharing about. If you go to your story views, click on people who are watching your stories. Go to their page. What are they posting about? Are they talking about like, oh, they have a 9-to-5 and they just don't like it? Or are they talking about struggling? Are they talking about their health? Are they talking about things like that? Post about those things, right? Do a 3, 2, 1 on them and post. 3, 2, 1, guys. I know there's some newbies. You like 3 pictures, you comment on 2 pictures, and you reply to 1 story. And then don't be too worried about pushing sales and being desperate. Like I said, your vibe is everything. If you're in a conversation with somebody and you want an enrollment out of it, and you're expecting them to ask about the business, because we don't bring business up in conversations, we let them do it, guys. That's golden rule. We know. I don't bring up the business. I just don't, unless they say like, what do you do? That's different. But if they are we're having a light conversation, don't mention the business. I let them do it. And I'm not desperate when that happens, because I know this can change lives. And I know what I have my hands on. I simply know it, guys. I'm so full of this business and this company, because guys, Lavelle compensates, right? Lavelle rolls these bonuses out that are bringing people home. Lavelle loves us so much, and it's all about changing families' lives for them in a nutshell. That's why they created this business. And I, in my heart, know that with everything. So if somebody isn't interested, that's okay. That's on them, right? That's on them. And that's their journey. And it's coming from a place of fear. So you can also pour into them and say, hey, I was scared too. I had those same fears. I had nobody support me. And I still had to do this because I knew the direction of my life where I was going wasn't going to cut it, right? Because I was on minimum wage, right? I was really struggling. And some people love their job and they get really bank pay, or really they get paid really good, and they might not need this. But what if they want time freedom, right? There are so many people you can talk to about, or so many different ways you can talk about this business and impact and share. So don't be basic, be bold, and share, share. Just, that's what we do. We share, we don't sell, right? We lead, we're not desperate. right? We don't micromanage, right? We don't, if people are not showing up in their business, that's none of our business. It's not our responsibility to worry about what our promoters are doing, right? Absolutely not. Like I learned this back in December when I would go check on my promoter's page because I wanted to see if they were posting about the business. And let me tell you, you're running on a hamster wheel. You cannot go, guys. I'm telling you, I used to check Zoom, see if my girls were on, if they were real about their why, if they were serious about their business. Like I know they want to come home, they want to bring their husbands home. Like I was so tied up in what they were doing. Em cut that off real quick. And she said, you're not a manager. You're not cutting them a check. You're not paying for their salary. You're not their manager. You're their leader. You're their sponsor, their their coach, whatever you want to call it, mentor. You're not here to worry about how they're showing up or if they're not at all. Guys, that's not what we do. Not what we do. We pour into each other and we help each other and we make sure we're all set up for success. That's it. That's it. I give you guys resources. I pour into you guys. I share my experience. I show you what works for me in my journey, but that's it. Like if I try to do the rest, I'm not working my business. I'm taking the joy right up out of my business and I'm all in a spiral squad. So hope that makes sense. A little early on, but guys, get this now because I'm telling you, you will not, you'll want to quit. You'll want to throw in the towel because I was at that point right before I went 12K. I was like, okay, I'm ready to do something different. This is too much. I've been here this long. I said it all. And I was worrying about things outside of my control. It consumed me. You have to bring yourself back to the basics. You have to bring yourself back to alignment in your lane and remember what's going on. Remember why. So I hope that made sense. If you guys have any questions, you can put them in the chats. I'm going to stop recording now. Let me know if this was